Welcome back everybody, Matt the Man here. Hope you're doing well. So Netflix put out a new original movie this past weekend called May December, starring Julianne Moore, Natalie Portman, and Charles Melton. This is directed by Todd Haynes, who is known for movies like Carol with Kate Blanchett, Rooney Mara, Far From Heaven with Julianne Moore and Dennis Quaid back in 2002, and Dark Waters. It came out in 2019 with Anne Hathaway, Mark Ruffalo, and Tim Robbins. I was looking forward to this movie. Number one, I'm a huge fan of Natalie Portman. I think she's easily one of the best actresses working today. Not only that, but she doesn't put out a movie every year, sometimes not even 2 or 3 years. If you don't count Thor, Love and Thunder, she really hasn't had a movie out since 2018, 2019, whenever Annihilation came out. And then her Oscar-winning role, Black Swan, which is one of my favorites of hers. What do I think about this movie? Positives. Julianne Moore does a great job. She plays a wife who had an affair with a seventh grader. Wow. And she went to jail, but then they ended up, actually tying the knot and marrying and having kids. And now Natalie Portman is an actress who, with an independent film company, they're going to make a movie about this woman. And Natalie Portman's going to study this person, played by Julianne Moore, to get to know her attitude, her way of life, what makes her personality. And I thought Julianne Moore did a really good job in this movie. She's really good in the role. To me, though, the standout is Natalie Portman. Natalie Portman is great in this movie. Like I said, before this movie came out, people were talking about Annette Bening for Naiad, that's also on Netflix. Emma Stone for Poor Things, which I still need to see, not out yet. Not many people were talking about Natalie Portman. But now after this movie, I think a lot of people are going to be talking about Natalie Portman for Oscar, for Best Actress. She is amazing in this movie. This is the definition when people talk about method acting, method actors. I mean, this is what this movie is about. Natalie Portman's an actress having to go and study this person that she's making this movie about and learn who she is, what she is, everything about her, and become her. And you really see Natalie Portman go from her character at the beginning to by the end of this movie, literally channeling every little thing and aspect of Julianne Moore's character. There is a scene in the third act, which is definitely going to be the Oscar highlight montage scene for Natalie Portman's Oscar nomination, where she is on screen like this, like a medium shot, for 5 minutes, giving a monologue, and as this monologue is going, you see her transform into Julianne Moore. And it is jaw-dropping. I was like, oh my God. And this is right, all of it on screen, no cutting, and I'm like, whoa. And then just throughout the movie, her moments with Julianne Moore, with Charles Melton, the husband, who's also 15 years younger than Julianne Moore, or even younger than that. But this is easily another career highlight for Natalie Portman. She is excellent. And like I said, right now, if the Oscars were tomorrow, Natalie Portman would be my number one pick for Best Actress. This is her movie, and she is astonishing in every scene. Also, the cinematography, I love the soft lighting that each shot gives off, especially on the outside, especially in the exterior shots, outside shots. They give us like this soft look to the screen, to the picture. This movie was also shot in Savannah, Georgia. I started watching this movie, and I'm like, and Natalie Portman's walking down this sidewalk, and I'm like, that looks a lot like Savannah. And then like 20 minutes later, they name drop Savannah. Then about halfway through the movie, they're going over the bridge that looks, and you see the entire city of Savannah. And I'm like, oh my god, if you just move a little bit further that way, you see the film building. The building I went to, Savannah College of Art and Design, SCAD, in Savannah. I'm like, there it is. So that was really cool. They shot this in Savannah, which Savannah has a film program, acting program, theater, acting, all of it. So to see Natalie Portman go to Savannah, an inspiring actress who's learning about this woman to play her, I was like, that's kind of cool. I'm not going to lie. I love the music in this movie. It's really interesting. A lot of times it just comes out of nowhere. And I mean like nowhere. It's just like, whoa. There were a few moments I was like, I almost jumped. Like, the music is like loud and it just like startles you sometimes. And it comes in these weird moments that you wouldn't think music would just, all of a sudden start. And it does. The themes in this movie. This is a movie, when people talk about method acting, we talk about Daniel Day-Lewis with like Lincoln. We talk about Christian Bale. When he gets into a role, he fully commits to that role. Whether it's losing weight, whether it's gaining weight, whether it's talking in an American accent, as when he's playing Bruce Wayne, even during the interviews, like during press for the Batman movies, he was always talking in an American accent, and a lot of people I knew didn't realize. They were like, I thought Christian Bale was American. I mean, he's always talking in an American accent during interviews and press during the Batman movies. And then they hear him in real life and they're like, he's British? Huh? When did Christian Bale go British? He's always been British. When he talks in an American accent, when he does publicity, well, Bruce Wayne is American, though. And we, like Joe Pesci didn't talk to Macaulay Culkin or even, hang out with him when they weren't filming on Home Alone. He's like, if I'm playing the bad guy and I'm robbing his house, he doesn't need to know me. We don't need to get buddy-buddy. I want him to be scared of me when we shoot those scenes, like in real life. So even Leonardo DiCaprio has gone method. He might say he hasn't. The Revenant, he went method, buddy. He slept in a deer carcass, a real one. How far is too far to become a person, to become somebody? Also, the dangers of becoming, playing a real life person, like in biofilms, whether it's Jamie Foxx playing Ray Charles, or Joaquin Phoenix as Johnny Cash, Austin Butler as Elvis, Russell Crowe as Jimmy Braddock, or John Nash, or, the Count Oppenheimer this year, Cillian Murphy. How far do you go, like Daniel Day-Lewis playing Lincoln? How far is mimicking the actor, the real person, just kind of giving like a fake performance, but also making it your own? And then, how much research goes into playing a real life person for an actor? Like there's a lot of stuff when it comes for actors, especially the themes in this movie would be perfect in an acting class to study. But this is definitely an interesting character study on the ways of an actor to go method to play a real life person. How much research there is involved. Just like filmmakers have to do research for a movie or a story for a movie they're making based on the script, actors have to do the research too, whether it's for a character made up or for a real person. Todd Haynes did a great job with this movie. The acting is incredible. Julianne Moore, Natalie Portman, even Charles Melton, the male lead, he has one really great scene in the third act that could get him a supporting actor nomination. The cinematography, great. Like I said, the music, really well done. The pacing was under 2 hours. I was locked in the entire time. Though I would easily give this a 4.9 out of 5. I thought it was a great movie. Have you seen May, December? It's on Netflix, directed by Todd Haynes, starring Natalie Portman and Julianne Moore. Let me know in the comments below. Matt the Bat here.